Okay, so hi guys, I'm Aishwarya and this is our automation GRE University and Profile Building course shortlisting automation. A really huge name with two different automations fixed in one, because these are the two steps that we as a person who is preparing for abroad studies does. The first is the GRE University shortlisting and the second is the profile building course shortlisting. So first of all, we'll start with introducing ourselves. So I'm Aishwarya Bhargav and I am working as an assistant manager right now in Allianz Partners, and I have an experience of 3 years. And now my partner Rashmi Priya is going to introduce herself. So Rashmi, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, thank you, Aishwarya. Good morning, judges. My name is Rashmi Priya. I have total of 3 years of experience in IT as well as RPA. Currently, I am working with Infosys as a technology analyst. I have mostly worked on assisted tool. Recently, I have started working with UiPath tool, and I'm finding it really interesting. So looking forward to explore it more. Now moving ahead with our automation, hackathon automation. As we all know that moving for foreign countries for master's degree has been taking a hit in the recent times. And the first step towards it is qualifying GRE exam and second is profile building. Through this automation, we have tried to achieve solution for few of these problems, which will save a lot of precious time and effort of the aspirants. Right after giving the GRE exam, we need to send our scores to a few universities. So for that, we need to have universities shortlisted based on our GRE scores, GPA, preferred country, and preferred course. Also, we need to have a good profile in order to increase the chances of getting admitted to our desired universities. So this automation helps scrape out relevant university based on score and relevant courses that one should complete before application process for the profile building process. So now Aishwarya will be explaining the process in detail.
Thank you, Rashmi. So basically what the automation is doing, it will pop up a form and it will ask the user of what the person actually wants to shortlist, a university or a course. Based on their choice, if they want to do the both, they can do the both as well. So on the university shortlisting part, they need to fill out a different form, and for the course shortlisting, they need to fill out a different form. And based on their preferences, we shortlist universities and courses and send out an email using the Gmail services, and that's the whole process. So I'll share my screen for the automation. So this is the first form where we need to fill the form. The client actually needs to fill the form. So I'm going to give my personal details over here. And I'll select all of the above. So first of all, we'll need to give our GRE test scores, the test scores that we have achieved. So basically the quant score and the verbal score are from the 170 and the AWA score is out of 6. And in the GP, we can have any of the scoring points, like it can be out of 5, 4, 4, 5, 10 or 100. So that also we can select, and we can select whatever countries you want. And we can select if we want to do master's, PhD or MBA, and we can choose whatever department we want to do. And on the whatever GRE points deviation we can expect in the actual scoring process. So after we submit the form, we go to a website which helps us shortlist the universities based on the preferences, based on the scores and the countries that we just shortlisted. So right now it's just filling out the details on the website, and then it will scrape out the universities from this website. And it will get scored into an Excel, and it will send out an email right after the scraping is done. So now since we selected both the options, so it will now start for the course shortlisting. So here I'm going to choose all 3, and I'm just going to write RPA right here. And then right after submitting, it will go to all 3 of the websites. It will search for the RPA courses, and it will scrape out the top 10 relevant courses for the particular course that we have just listed. and it will extract the information in Excel and send out an email for the same. So right now, as you can see, the Udacity one got completed, and now it's going to the Udemy website.
Okay, what it is doing now?
So right now it's scraping the data from the website. So like it takes a little bit time for the Udemy website to like from the scraping from the Udemy, but for the rest it takes a little bit, like a couple of seconds to scrape out all the data. It takes out three relevant data, three columns: the course name, course URL, and the type of a course if it's present, or the course price. And right now it's sending out the Gmail to the particular client that we just filled data for. So on the Gmail, we can see we received 2 emails. So the first one is for the shortlisted universities for the particular user. And in the attachments, we can see that the courses, the university shortlisted have been attached. And similarly for the next, like we can see for the courses as well, there would be 3 pages, first for the course Udacity, and then Udemy and the Coursera. So this is the entire automation.
Very beautifully presented, right? One of the very professional presentations. Now that's again due to your experience that you have, right? So this is something we do for a living, so it comes naturally. Uh, Kudos to that. Now, how have you taken care of? Today you are checking 3 different websites. How dynamic is it? And if I want to check 5, 10 websites, do I need to modify the code as a whole today, or are there any configurable parameters from where I could add as a plug and play thing to your automation?
So basically, we can just add a different workflow entirely for the website that we want to add, because these are all different websites that have been created in the different workflows. So we can just add a different workflow and we can add it in the code. And since the code is dynamic based on the website name, so it won't be a problem. And in the form, we just need to add one more section for the particular thing.
Okay. Okay. Judges, questions?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Uh, so definitely a sort of way to help all the students to look for their courses. But how specifically for the GRE, not for the courses, but for the universities, how is your automation really helping me out when I have to go and select a university? Because right now what I see, I have to go and fill in my scores, and the bot will just go and fill in those scores into a website, so that I can also do and fill those scores onto the website and get that list what you are providing over to me on the Excel sheet. So where is that difference coming in over here? I'm trying to understand that.
So basically, the difference is not many people are aware of the websites being available, because when we are in the pressure of giving the GRE and right after the GRE exam, like when we are sitting in that examination room, we need to send out the scores to 5 universities. So at that point, you don't have the clue of what universities to select, because one step you give a wrong university name and you lose a amount of $27, and that's a pretty huge amount for any person at a stage. So for that, when a person already has an email in the inbox which has all the universities, which can be as a safe university, moderate, and ambitious. Actually there are 3 categories for the university. So for that, the person is actually like, they have in mind that I want to go to this university, but these are the universities that are safe for me. So when these two thoughts collaborate, they have a particular clear idea of what they want, and so that time they're not actually confused and they're more clear on what universities they want to send the scores to.
Okay, great. Great. So one feedback, definitely it's a good process to provide the data so that we as a student do not commit a mistake and lose the time and valuable money over there. However, if you can broaden the aspect of it, or probably scale it, wherein instead of you showing the bot or let's say a user to scrap the data from the website, probably you collate all the data and provide let's 10 best colleges or the 10 best universities with some more logics. Probably finance could be one, the country could be one preference. So those things can be built into this logic, which would give me more relevant universities as per my need. So definitely that would be a wow factor in this entire solution. So yeah, but definitely it's a good thought to proceed with. Yeah.
Thank you, Rahul.
Thanks.
Thank you, Rahul. Wonderful feedback. Any other judges?
Nidhi, I have just one quick question. I would like to understand what are the end users of this particular automation. Is it the students? Is this a specific company, a consulting company that is helping students for this? I could not understand the proper, the end users of this automation.
So the end users would be the students because they can directly get the university shortlisted instead of going via consultation, who charge lakhs of money for the same thing. So they are cutting out on the cost of that as well because they just get the university shortlisted. Many people, like, there is a website for GRE Edge and there is different universities, Jamboree and everything. They cost lakhs of rupees just for the university shortlisting. So we are trying to cut out that price, and we are trying to give the users the direct list of the universities that are relevant according to their profile.
Okay, so how the students will, yeah.
No, no, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
How the students will reach out to this particular automation, through which platform, how they can avail this particular feature. It would be somewhere available, right? As a part of the consulting company that is giving you this software, or the students will be creating by themselves. This is what my point of view is, right? How the access to this particular automation will have.
So basically, the next step, what I was thinking was, like, instead of creating a form in the UI path, we could give a Google form, which the link is, the URL is available to everyone online. And from there, we can on a daily basis extract the the answers, and then we can send out the emails at the end of the day with their whatever the queries that they had. So that would make it a global solution.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Thank you so much. Best of luck.
Hi Rashmi, hi Aishwarya, Parth this side. So to add to something like what Nidhi mentioned, that how are you going to make it available to the end user? So now if someone submits the form in the morning and now like the time is like everyone looks for fast results. So if they are submitting right now, they want results in minutes or something like that. So maybe instead of Google form, having a chatbot where you can take the input data and then it takes the UI part instantly takes that particular data and sends the output. That will make the customer experience more faster and better instead of sending out it end of the day. So this is something that you can think on to scale this particular project. But yeah, definitely a great use case to help students, and the benefits that you mentioned are definitely a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you both.
Thank you, Parth. Any other questions from anyone? Anmol, Aruka?
No.
Okay. Okay. Final comments from my side then. Rashmi and Aishwarya, wonderful presentation. Like I already said, wonderful use case. Very good. Incorporate some feedback there, and it could become a wow thing there, right? Having multiple use cases, having multiple universities, having multiple websites, having giving more value out of the automation rather than just giving them dumping with a list of colleges, right? Based on the profiling. When I say profiling, I would say candidate profiling or the student profiling or whichever profiling you think. Now, two things that can be added, extended to this use case. One is how do you build a profile for the student, right? Financially, how stable he or she is, which background he or she is from, right? What is the percentage of marks? Where do they qualify? Where they do not qualify, right? I have seen some universities even checking for their father and grandfather's background, right? So getting those information could help you build a profile. Now maintain that profile over 3 years, 5 years, because they can apply for 3 years or 5 years based on the age limit and all, right? That's one part of extension. Second part is based on the profile, give them, option to select what is their budget, right? Let's say and based on that, give the listed top three. Of course, with a disclaimer, we do not take any guarantee and other things, right? So it's just the bot doing that stuff. But yeah, excellent thought process. Thank you so much, Rashmi and Aishwarya. I hope you win. All the best.